Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I was just watching a VTuber that I know. I know VTubers. Haha. um, damn, I wish I had this guy on my podcast. Damn, then I could interview him about what it's like being a VTuber. By the way, go check him out. His name is Sentai. He's a pretty cool guy. But yeah, damn, I wish he was here. Hello?
You hear me okay?
You sounded great, man. How you doing?
Good.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. First of all, how you feeling?
Inviting me on. I'm feeling good. Just had lunch.
Nice, nice. All right, so heading straight into this, probably a lot of people are confused. What is a VTuber? What is that?
So the definition is sort of nebulous, but generally the broadest definition is like it instead of streaming with your face, like with a face cam, you use some sort of avatar that's animated. And it's usually anime style because like the trend started in Japan. But
Uh,
it's just like streaming with a character that's like animated to move when you talk and stuff.
all right, all right. Um, so how did you get into the VTuber industry for lack of a better terms, for lack of a better term?
Well, so I was watching like VTubers online for a while, like Hachama and stuff, like all the Hollow Live stuff, and I caught some of like Kizuna Ai and Pinky Pop Hepburn and some of the older ones that were on YouTube. And then I started watching like indie VTubers and like helping them out with stuff. I actually volunteer as a manager for a couple of other VTubers. You know,
Wow.
so personally, like yeah, I picked it up as a hobby. One, because I do art and stuff, so I like character design, and I wanted to sort of have more firsthand experience to kind of because like it's one thing to understand something, but like to manage somebody else, I kind of need to like have some idea what the hell I'm doing.
That definitely is interesting. You said you were managing VTubers. So what does managing really look like?
Yeah, so there was like a couple of VTubers that I followed a lot, and you know they have trouble with their like schedule and keeping track of stuff and things they're planning to do. So I was like, hey, I could help you out. And it at first I was just kind of like talking with them regularly and helping keep track of stuff. Recently I've been trying to take it more seriously, and I've been taking classes in like project management and stuff online, and I've been like putting together like assessments to try to do coaching with them and reading up on like actual management.
What that is really impressive, and I hope everything goes well. Obviously, um,
Yeah,
are
going pretty well so far.
thank you. In your opinion, are VTubers better than normal streamers?
I wouldn't necessarily say better. I mean, it depends what you want. Like, I mean, a lot of people like. I feel like a lot of people who watch VTubers only watch VTubers. So like, it's kind of a preference thing. And
Mm,
there are a lot of advantages to it. From your end, like if you wanted to start streaming, a big reason a lot of people do it is so they can be anonymous. Like, I mean, some people are just more introverted, but like a lot of female VTubers specifically have told me that like one of the reasons they wanted a VTube instead of normally streaming is so that they could like stream without their real face or their name or anything.
yeah, and that I
Like
think. Sorry.
just they could put themselves out there, with a whole persona, but like not really have it tied to anything in real life is sort of a bonus.
Yeah, I mean, does it also have the bonus of not really having almost like a 0% chance of getting a stalker or an obsessed fan or something? Because I mean, what information are you gonna pick up from an anime avatar talking to you through a screen?
Uh, I mean, not 0% chance because I've heard some stories. Like a lot of people are really fucking determined,
No.
uh, but a much less chance. Some people still have problems, especially with like parasocial relationships. But like people have also had problems because you gotta even if you're like you don't need to put any information out there, you still got to be careful about what information you put online because some people are really interested, and ugh, people have had problems before. There's there's like some drama on Twitter with VTubers every week or something.
There's always drama on Twitter, but you mentioned something called Hollow Live. I know what that is, but I don't think many people do. most of my audience doesn't. So would you like to explain, what is Hololive?
Yeah, so in Japan, I think the first one, Kizuna I think, is backed by like her own sort of sub corporation that like owns her character and stuff. But in Japan, they have like idol industries that manage like music and voice acting talents. Like it's kind of our whole music industry and stuff, and like our celebrities, but sort of as an industry of itself. And over there, they have a few corporations. The main ones are Cover, which manages the Hololive and Holostars. And I mean, mostly Hololive because the girls do a lot better. And then Niji Sanji, which does it. They're a little more balanced, but they're less popular. And it's like they started first with Japan, and they had like, a whole cast of talents: Fubuki, Hachema, probably people see the dog girl at Inugami. And then they eventually moved to they also opened like Chinese and Indonesian branches, but people probably are more familiar with the English branch, which has like Gargara, which is the shark girl. I'm sure everybody has seen somewhere at this point
I mean,
because those memes are just sort of ubiquitous.
it's pretty hard to go anywhere on the internet and not see Gura Gura. I think you pronounced it.
Yeah, she's just
Um,
kind of everywhere now.
so I think you probably answered this already, but what VTubers kind of motivated you, or which ones do you really recommend to people?
So I follow a lot of like independent VTubers on Twitch, and it would be probably the ones I manage, which is mostly Usami Kuroyu, um, like Black Rabbit in Japan, I think, and then Juni Hejiko, which is he's like a hedgehog boy. I'll send you the links later, but like just like people because like I occasionally watch stuff on YouTube before in clips, but like I didn't really consider doing it myself until I started like getting involved with like people who did it independently.
Really? So, has the quarantine, has COVID-19, has it impacted the VTuber industry as a whole?
I think it's kind of helped all streamers, probably VTubers a little bit, or I don't know if it helped them because like a lot of people are more at home now, so they have more time to like watch streams and try to do stuff. VTubers are in a weird kind of spot because I think, especially in Japan, but if you did the math, you might almost have more like content creators than you have like an audience for them. And I mean, everybody watches each other, so it's not really a problem. But like, I feel like it. There's definitely more people watching Twitch streams and VTubers because of the pandemic, but I think there's a lot more people who decided like, well, I'm stuck at home now, so why don't I try streaming? So I think we got a lot more people to join in on our side than we got like in addition to our audience.
Now, I'm sure when anything goes on the internet, there's going to be a lot of criticism. So, what goes through your head? What do you think when you hear, criticism? YouTube videos, streams, or something where people are like, "VTubers are awful. They're annoying. Whatever." What are you thinking during that moment?
I mean, a lot of the flack you hear is like people don't like drama, so like a lot of VTubers on Twitter are kind of getting up to trouble, and that's like a lot of people who like don't know about VTubing and just sort of hear about it. If they're not just watching like random clips on YouTube of like Japanese girls, it's usually that. And then another one, you hear a lot of weird criticism about like people who kind of don't get it. Like there's people who sort of come from the outside on Twitter and stuff and like wherever, and they're talking about, well, like, all these girls, they must just think they're ugly, and I want to see what they really look like. And it's like, I don't know. There's there's a lot of sort of there's like bad images of it, and there's like people who kind of don't get it. There's like people who hear about stuff that's like bad, and then people who kind of come at it not really knowing anything. So it's there is criticism, but a lot of it doesn't really hit the mark because it's like I personally don't get up to a lot of Twitter drama. So
um, you're a member of the industry. You know a lot of things about VTubers. Are there any flaws? Well, what could be improved with the VTuber industry, its movement as a whole?
um I mean, I think that it just needs more of an audience, especially on Twitch. It's sort of insular, so it's like a lot of people who like VTubers and like there's some crossover with like anime and stuff, but like not a lot of like VTuber stuff kind of gets out of its own bubble. So it's like I feel like there's a lot of potential audience for VTubers like outside of Twitch, outside of like their own circles that it just never really gets to because like if you follow VTubers on Twitter or whatever or on Twitch, they kind of only talk to each other. Like the the main problem I think is it doesn't really break out into like the wider internet to be sort of like a normal thing as much as like regular streamers do because there's like big streamers on Twitch and YouTube who just everybody have heard of, but like even some of the bigger VTubers I think a lot of people would never hear about because it doesn't really leave its own circles a lot of the time.
Hmm. That actually is interesting, and I like your take on that. Um,
Mhm.
can anyone become a VTuber? Are there any what are the prerequisites to become a VTuber?
I mean, if you wanted to try it, you just need to draw two images. It's most people start with what's called a PNG tuber, where they just have one frame of their character and then another frame of their character with it talking, and then you can rig that up in Discord to like every time you talk, it'll just like move a little bit to show that you're talking. And that's kind of the prerequisite. Other than that, you just need like a computer and like the general stuff to stream,
Uh,
webcam,
mhm.
microphone.
Are there any you know how sports they have their unheard of rules or their untold rules, just basic knowledge. What are the do's and don'ts of becoming a VTuber?
I mean, there's some, but like, there's not really agreed on. Like, some people prefer to be more anonymous. Some people don't really mind posting like selfies and actual pictures of themselves on Twitter, and like, a lot of people are kind of touchy about like whether or not you're allowed to break character because a lot of people have like a more in-depth sort of like backstory for their character or lore as they usually call it, and it's like a lot of people sort of play a character when streaming, and some people are very touchy about like whether or not you're allowed to break character. So it's
Hmm.
like it's that's sort of an unspoken rule, but not everybody agrees on it because most people just sort of do whatever they want. But some people are like touchier about like whether it hurts the immersion or not.
Now, this is probably insignificant, but I did see an argument in one YouTube video where someone was saying the VTubers themselves aren't being treated right. They're forced to stream, 8 hours, 5 hours, and mental illness is common among the higher VTubers. What's your opinion on that?
Especially with independent streamers and ones who, are doing better, that's kind of a problem generally. Like, if you like compare it to a regular job, like some people are working like absurd hours. It's like some of the better streamers, whether they're VTubers or not, are working like 70-hour work weeks or something completely absurd. And it's like I think probably the corporate VTubers handle this better because they actually have like a more thorough support system. But like when you're an independent streamer, whether or not you're a VTuber, you kind of do everything yourself. You're your own like promotional team. You're making all your own assets. You have to be your own PR team, and then you have to make all that content and edit it. Like if you want to put it up outside of streams, like it's a lot of work. Like
Oof.
a lot of people go it alone, and that it's pretty easy to get burnt out because you just overdo it. And it's like mental health is kind of a problem among streamers in general at this point.
Hmm. Um, this is probably just a silly question. This is like my own experience. I never get VTuber recommended stuff in my YouTube homepage. I've searched multiple times. I get nothing on VTubers.
Mhm.
Do you think the algorithm is against YouTubers in YouTube?
I mean, it depends. I feel like I would have to like look into it more. I feel like if you watch like stuff about anime on YouTube, you might eventually get some. But like, I feel like unless you're watching VTuber stuff, it might not recommend it. Like, because like I feel like it's sort of the similar way that VTubers themselves are sort of insular in how they interact with people. Like, I feel like the algorithm also doesn't see to recommend it. Like, if you're not looking at VTubers, it doesn't think you're interested in them,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
that's probably it. As I said, it was a stupid question. Um.
Nah, it's kind of fair. But, who knows really how the algorithm works.
All right. So to end the interview, do you have any advice to new VTubers coming out of here and watching this video?
I would say try it out first. Before, I mentioned before about just putting together like a little PNG that moves when you talk to start with. I would do that first. A lot of people sort of like jump in right away and they're setting up like this whole thing on Twitter and they're paying like absurd amounts of money for like really high end models and stuff like before they even start streaming at all. So I would say like test the waters first, see if you like streaming, see if like you can, get people in because like a lot of people stream on Twitch with like zero audience. I feel like I'm pretty sure I've seen the numbers and that's like more common. Like if you have like an average of 10 viewers, you're in like the top like 5 percentile of Twitch or something really absurd. So it's like I would go into it slow. Don't spend a lot of money outright. Just sort of, get yourself a nice little PNG to start with and just like try streaming and you got to promote yourself everywhere. I think a lot of people who tried Twitch and like streaming in general have this problem where like it's like I mean this game is popular and I'm streaming so surely people will come. They kind of won't. You have to promote yourself, promote yourself on Twitter, promote yourself on Discord. I don't use it a lot, but I would say more than Twitter, the platform you want to be promoting yourself to find an audience would probably be TikTok now, just based on like growth and activity. I don't really use TikTok, but
Well, I'm gonna have to
I've been looking into stuff.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there because I don't know if you know, but TikTok's like audience is, I believe it's 8 to like 12. But I mean, I'm sure there are 12-year-olds that are probably gonna go. Do 12-year-olds use Twitch?
Yeah, that's fair. They're kind of. It depends. You can mark your channel as like mature, and then they're not really supposed to.
Oof.
But that doesn't stop anyone, and you got to be very careful about like who's in your audience, because like
Oh yeah, definitely.
depending on what happens, you could be liable for that. That's another thing people have had problems with. Like they put up like mature content, and they find out they have like very young people in their audience, and it starts to become an issue in a lot of ways.
This is why I never touch Twitch. I fully think Twitch is a horrible platform. That's my hot take.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a good streaming platform. There's like, I mean, Twitch and YouTube are the main ones, but they have their own downsides.
Oh, yeah,
Twitch, I
definitely.
would say, is better for streaming, but like YouTube is a better platform. But like, I don't know. If you got like somewhere in the middle of the two, you might have a good streaming platform. But like, either one has a lot of its own problems.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's another thing I would say to people looking to get started. Don't take affiliate too quickly because you could try, if you're not affiliate on Twitch, you can try multi-streaming. Like I put my stuff, when I stream to YouTube and Twitch because I'm not affiliate right now. I qualified, but I just didn't take it yet. And it's like, you never know, like you could try a bunch of different platforms to multi-stream because you never know what platform you might actually do well in. Like if you go all in on Twitch, they have exclusivity rights to like a lot of your content. I think it's like anything you put up on Twitch can't go anywhere else for like a 24-hour period. So no multi-streaming, and like you even have to wait if you want to put up clips and stuff. So it's like you need to be an affiliate or a partner to make money off of Twitch, but like don't jump into that too quickly because you can just take donations through PayPal or Patreon or something. But if you sign the affiliate contract, there's actually a lot of terms in that you're sort of locked into. So don't rush into it.
I know nothing about making money. I'm not affiliated with YouTube. I haven't gotten my buttons yet. But
YouTube is actually not as bad. They don't YouTube and I think Facebook. They don't have exclusivity rights, even if you get like partnership with them to make money off of ads and everything.
Yeah.
But Twitch does.
Supposedly the money you get off of ads is like close to nothing. Like not even a penny off of ads. Supposedly with people watching.
It depends where you are and like what you're indexing at. Twitch is really bad about that because they take a really harsh cut of ads. So it's like it's almost not worth like running ads. Like Twitch actually has a problem getting people on their platform to even like run ads because like a lot of creators will fix the settings as much as they possibly can to prevent ads from running, because it's like only detrimental to them. Like they make no money, and there's some people who have like checked it, and pre-roll ads like bounce a third of new viewers, so it's like only detrimental.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd argue, donations play a big role in like a streamer's income. Because
Yeah.
look at like any big streamer. They're popping off like, rent $5, $10. I was in Moist Critical stream on Twitch, and I remember he got I think it was $50 like right when the stream started, and I was like,
Mhm.
wow.
Oh, that's an important tip that not a lot of people hear about. Don't take donations. You have to be specific about this. Take like tips or something, because if you call them donations, that affects like how you're considered as a business, and that's why people get like chargebacks on PayPal. Because if it's a donation, you can just change your mind. But if you're giving somebody a tip in like a business sense, then it's just like a payment, and you'll get like regular business sort of protections against chargeback.
Hmm.
So be careful about how you word things, because when you have money troubles in the future, that could be important.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on. It was great talking with you.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. That was cool.
All right. Check out Sentai VT, showing that on screen now. And yeah. See you later.
Yep, thanks. See you later.
Damn, what a nice fellow. That looking back, that intro was so Asperger's. That intro was terrible. Holy smokes! But yeah, use his Twitch. Check him out. He's a cool fellow. Damn, now I gotta wonder who to get next on the show. Well, see you guys later.